was home when you left. You're right. Your mommy, your daddy, your brother, your sister, the dog, the cat, the fish was home when you left. You're right. And that's the reason you left. You're right.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women. Welcome to Attorney Commander Galpohkpa Chesson talk show. Today is, let me get this other one up there. Today is January the 21st, the 21st day in the new year. And as I wake up this morning, this is a happy day in the United States of America again. Let me put my lessons up so we can get to my topics and start my class. Oh, happy day in America again. Constitutional democracy survived. The fleecing of Liberia shall never end. 3. Money problem and massive stealing are Liberia's and Liberians' lot. I couldn't fit that there. It only takes 200 words. So, here we are again. Let's get into my lesson. Oh, happy day in America. Constitutional democracy survived. Yesterday was a different day. It started from the night before when we lit the candles alight, 400 lights, in remembrance of the lives we needlessly lost because of the incompetence, uselessness, race superiority, racist traitorous act of one useless president, former president, who is facing a trial for his own impeachment, Donald Trump. I mean, yesterday I was so elated. Nobody even thought about Donald Trump. People were talking about, he should have been there. No, Donald Trump should not have been there. He would have thrown a cloud over that occasion. The man's a racist. He's an evil, useless man. And I don't care who loves him. He's evil. The evangelists are just as evil. They are non-Christians. They follow people instead of the words of God, being misled. Anywhere in the Bible that God tells us we should hate our brothers of any race, of any creed, of any culture? Where did Jesus ever tell us that in the Bible? When I see these misled and miseducated evangelists in America following an evil man of hate, greed, corruption, and praising him to lead this nation further into debasement, moral debasement, then you're telling me that this is the America for all of us? Wicked man like Mitch McConnell is still in the Senate. I ain't putting no card up on Mitch McConnell no more because he's a deceitful old man. He's a useless, deceitful old man. He's cunning. He's an old snake in the grass. As soon as you saw that thing going on, you saw American people against that insurrection, his whole thing changed. His whole behaviors changed because he knew he had betrayed and was a traitor to America and American people. They follow a man who was mentally sick. Donald Trump is mentally sick. How you follow that man and expect us to live a better life? A man who insults us from the very day he became president. A man who disdains his own people. A man who does not love his own people. A man who only loves himself. Turn our whole government and our leaders of the Republican Party into dummies. Sitting there, yes, master, we love you, Donald Trump. Oh, yeah, yes, Donald Trump, you are our man. Can you imagine white men of education sitting down, sucking up to Donald Trump, having a honor the leader moment in our Congress, in our government? You have racist, traitorous men sitting down there. All those Republican men are nothing but disgusting men. You're disgusting. You're nothing but maggots. Hey, it hurts me to say this, but that's how you people are. Now, after all what you did to our country and my race, you don't want to turn around and praise Biden, the man who you almost caused the group to hang, the man who you almost caused your group to kill. Our lawmakers in Congress who were hiding on their benches from useless, ruthless killers. They don't know nothing else but killing and eating what they kill. What are you going to do? Eat the lawmakers too? I mean, this is what y'all come down to. So I got to talk to y'all like I'm talking to my Liberian people now. Because this is how Liberian Africans act. This is worse than the damn Banana Republic. We're going worse. We're going worse. You know? What is this here in our country? Now we better keep this momentum that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have brought to our leadership. We better maintain it. Did you see that fireworks display last night? Nothing Donald Trump would have done would have brought joy to my heart like that fireworks display last night did. And seeing old Biden standing up there acting young, holding the thing. Man, you get that Donald Trump out of my life, man. I ain't want to hear that. You just impeach that man, try him, and don't get him no money. Don't get him no national security information. Don't get that man nothing. Let him be president without anything. No pension, no security, no reports, no nothing. That man is a traitor. And we cannot trust Donald Trump because he has demonstrated for 4 years that he's a traitor. He's a lowlife and he's not competent to be a leader of any club in the United States of America. He is dishonest. He is an habitual liar. And nobody can trust this man. Why would the United States of America trust this useless president, this useless former president, this race supremacist, this evil clown? Why should we gain anything? Hell, no. We deserve better. We're on the path to a better nation. We're on the path to a nation, like Joe Biden said, where everybody will be respected, will be spoken to with respect, will be treated with respect, will be looked at with respect. Don't judge me because of the color of my skin. I know some white men who you praise so much, they are so disgusting. They're not even worthy to be compared to black men. So let's stop all this BS in America. That little girl, our poet laureate of the United States, she is young. That's why I said little girl. She's just 22 or 23. I thought she was 18 or 19. That's why I wonder, I said, damn, this girl must be very smart to be reading this thing during this occasion. But it was so good. It wasn't Camilla who found her. It wasn't no black person who found her. It was Jill Biden herself. She went to a poet reading session and saw this girl and pushed for her to be the poet laureate. And she is phenomenal. She did a wonderful job. She read it brought to the forefront the sentiments of all Americans, not only black people, all Americans. And she put it in a chronological order from the past coming to the future and what we hope to see in the present and what we hope to see in the future. And this is what leadership is all about. So now that we've seen this great example in America, when we look at our country, Liberia, where and how can we compare anything that happened yesterday, just yesterday, to anything that's happening in Liberia? Every time I think about my country, man, when I go to Liberia, I see Africa that's supposed to be green and ripe, nothing but dust all over my country. All the grass dusty, brown. The grass supposed to be green, it's brown. I mean, everything brown, dirt, slum, nastiness. I'd be afraid to even wear my suit because beside the heat killing me, I don't want those things over my clothes. You get out in the street, you will get back in your car, you stinking. Now, George, we had then they got a spray that said with all kind of cologne and oil plus. You smell them, you can smell them from way down the road. What kind of people wearing cologne like that? The cologne can near you, hurting your nose because it's so much on them. That when you know the people jungle. That when you know the people slum. You know, you coming all over me, your perfume, that perfume, because when you put it all over yourself, it got to be perfume. Your perfume won't kill me, won't give me allergy, won't burn my nose. So when we want to compare Liberia with America, don't let us go way back. Just last night, let's go from last night to this morning. This change that happened in America, it's not only for America, it's for us too in Liberia. To show you, when people stand for something they believe in, when people stand strong on principles of constitutional law, democracy, and order, it's hard for it to be shaken. If that were Liberia, that would be a coup d'etat. They would have gone there and killed other people. Because our people don't believe in nothing. Our people sell our country for nothing. And we got plenty of problems. So my American children, our democracy is back, stronger than ever before. Because we are trying to get rid of the racist and evil people that try to destroy what is so dear and precious, not only to America, but the poor and suffering people. People with dreams that have been shattered. People with dreams that are suppressed. People with lives that are no better than cockroaches. My people, my young American people, Donald Trump wanted to take us down that road. Americans were going to be living like cockroaches. And Mitch McConnell them and the evil, useless, racist fools in Congress were going to be the same people supporting Donald Trump. Look at right now, we're suffering. They didn't relieve any COVID relief funds for us. Look at our nation. Look at 400,000 people died because of ignorance, useless leadership. Donald Trump was going to make us cockroaches. So he and Mitch McConnell and that useless Lindsey Graham, who don't know where he flip into, whether he flip. How will we have respect for these people in our Congress? These people are traitors. liars, rogue, and ignoramuses. They gotta go. They gotta go. When I think of what could have happened on January 6th, coming from Africa and knowing what we suffered when our country was led by foreigners to kill our president, kill our leaders, and turn our country upside down because of one mulatto woman and her children and her family. Now look at all of them in Liberia still stealing. The Gibsons and all of them still stealing from our people. Taking our contracts that from Liberian people and converting it to give it to Arabs. American children, think. Think hard. Because your people in your own country have not experienced what I have experienced, what my people experience. That's why we hold American constitutional democracy, individual freedoms, justice, and rights so high. That's why when I come to America and I can drive from New York to Florida and speak English all the way to Florida and have a culture where people think the same way almost, behave the same way almost, have a similar culture throughout the nation, that is something that is unbelievable for me coming from Africa. And that is one of the greatest things I always admire in America. No matter where you travel in America, you will find Americans who are amalgamated, not only as Americans, but into one culture. Only one culture. And that what makes this country so great. Because no matter where you have the Trump deplorables, you can always find decent American people there too. You don't have to hang with the Trump people like the Trump people who are racist and who just want us for our money and don't give a damn about us, our lives. We don't have to be around those people. To hell with those people. We are the majority in America. And I know they hate me and I don't give a damn because my freedom and the freedom of my children and their children and their children's children is more important to me than some useless racist dummies hitting me. Mitch McConnell got to go. Lindsey Graham got to go. Ted Cruz got to go. Josh Hawley got to go. All the outspoken racists and haters of Americans got to go. My children, the time of American people is now. My Liberian people, who are these rogues leading our country? Who are these three or four ruthless criminals leading the Republic of Liberia? Because every time you hear about corruption and stealing, you hear about Nathaniel McGill, you hear about Samuel Twer, you hear about Jefferson Koji, then you know the biggest man behind it all is Ellen Johnson's son, George Weah. Who are these four criminals that are entrenched in the leadership of Liberia? Every crime in Liberia that happens, you hear these four names. George Weah, Nathaniel McGill, Jefferson Koji, and what the last one name? Jefferson Koji, and who the last one? Samuel Tuet. Why we always hearing about these guys? Are there only 4 people in Liberia, leading Liberia, who perpetrating all this crime against the Liberian people? Are these the only 4 people with Liberia's economy at their homes that they got money to bribe everybody here and there? Look at our country, my people. Look at our country. These people are terrible. These people are terrible. Everything they do for our country, there's a scheme behind it for them to make money. Everything they do for our country, there is stealing or attempts to steal behind it. What kind of government we got with these 4 people leading our country and their old man Ellen Johnson Sirleaf sitting in the back enjoying what she has stolen from our country? How can you continue to let our country be fleeced by 4 people, 5 people, 6 people, and their stooges? We don't deserve better for our own country. We don't deserve to benefit from our own country. Look how long we've been in exile. Look how long we've been out of Liberia. And people trying to keep us out so they can continue stealing and having 4 or 5 people leading Liberia. What kind of people are these? Now this money they want to print, they're behind it to print. We knew there was a problem in it. I didn't care about them talking what is seniority charge and all of that kind of bit. I don't care about all of that. All I know, these people cannot print any more money. There is enough evidence to show that these people are rogues. There's enough evidence to show that Liberia can never benefit as long as these 4 people, plus Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, remain in our society. We got to get rid of them. We got to extract them. We got to put them in jail. We got to move these people. How they will stay there until 2023. When I hear you talking about this kind of thing, I look at you and say, are my people still stupid? Because just the behavior of George Weah and his people still will lead us to war. If you dummies want to sit down and say, oh, let's stay there till 23, you dummies in America and all over, y'all believe that. I know my people. My people will not sit down for 3 years and watch this rogue steal their money. Watch this rogue set up schemes to deceive Liberian people of giving them their pay and their money they deserve. How long can we go through this thing? I myself can't go through it too long. Nobody in America will go through this. It will be hell in America. So you don't worry about America. America got its own problem. What they will not allow in this country. They're telling us law and order, law and order. And the same thing happening in our country. So why would we listen to American people when we got rogues and criminals negotiating with America for Liberia? Enough is enough. Cut the chain. Cut the chain. We can't have rogues and criminals and useless bastards in our country negotiating with America to keep them in power over our people while we're suffering and dying. And these people have endlessly stole from us. And they continue to do it. And the biggest rogue in our history, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, is sitting down there with her children, running around free in Liberia, controlling our economy. What they call the 8 p.m. Storage thing at the port. All those kind of corrupt schemes. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf ensured that her children have power in Liberia to control our economic power. That's why They keep raising the prices to enrich themselves, to steal more from us, to keep our government chained to them. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and her children should own nothing, nothing, nothing in the West African Republic of Liberia. Cut Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and her children off. No pension, no security, no support. They go into court and to jail. That's their lot for what they have done to us. How long would stay in this thing? Now to print $25 billion. Pastor say, that's not my saying. Nobody else saying that. I heard it from Pastor. Pastor say the seigniorage benefit or profit of income from printing new money, from printing $25 billion Liberian dollars, will generate an income of $141 million US dollars for the WIA government. What will happen to that other money? What will happen to that other money? We can't give these people money. They are irresponsible. They are slum criminals. They will steal, and there will be no end to their stealing. How will we take our children's survival and put it in the hands of these useless rogues time and time again? You better rise up. If that legislator decide to print any money, they got to go too. All of them got to go. They're stealing too much. For peace sake, because Ellen Johnson Sirleaf got Nobel Peace Prize, they will break our country down with stealing. Is this what our people died for since 1980 to this very day? It wasn't my father alone. Compared from 1980 to today, almost 500,000 Liberians have died. 500,000 or more. We're not counting the people they killed in 1980 with our fathers. We're only looking at the war and thereafter. But our people have died. This cloud has been over our country. We have lost lives. Wasted America. Just for Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, we have lost so many lives. Ellen started the war. There is no doubt about it. I'm evident to that. She recruited me. I told her no. I wouldn't join criminals. I wouldn't join useless people to take over my country. Not for $1 billion silver, gold, and dollars from America. I ain't joining you. My pa and my people build my country. If it means nothing to you, it means something to me. I can't sit down here and watch a useless mulatto woman destroy my country with her baboons and monkeys she took out of the slums and put them in our presidential seat. These monkeys running around here, they used to run around in short trousers and football boots. Now they're running around in sneakers and African clothes, calling themselves presidents and honorables of Liberia. You expect Rodney Chesson to honor those useless, uneducated, disgusting, slum fools? You expect me to do that? Let Costa deal with them. Costa alone got more intelligence than them. Why you think they want to shut Costa down? Let go on my thing. So here it is. The stealing is so much. Of all the radio hosts in Liberia, I listened to Abe, what his name, Abaca radio today. And Abe was right. He showed Henry Costa. He said that Costa has more command of the English language than the buffoons, than every damn buffoon in George Weah government. You can compare Eugene Fagon with Costa. Eugene Fagon is an idiot. He's an idiot. I know him from America. He ran away from me too. They in Liberia, they're spreading lies. That was a man and me, I would just want to fuck those people. Oh Lord, I just want to fuck them. uh, y'all don't know our people. Y'all don't know our people. Some of them need to be flogged and put in jail. That's the discipline they understand. That's the discipline they know. You know, how these people would just play with our laws, play with our system of governance, play with our progress and advancement like they do every day. Now, they didn't touch Costa when he went in Liberia. They didn't do nothing to him. Now they done put up some kind of useless indictment telling Costa lawyer that Costa must come to Liberia. He must present the body of Costa. Like the lawyer can go to America and grab Costa and bring him back. What the lawyer got to do with bringing Costa back? What kind of indictment that? Close indictment. Costa not a threat to the national security of Liberia. He threat to you useless criminals and you useless rogues who have nobody to compete with him. I listened to Costa too. And Costa gave us in-depth news. Because nobody was thinking about the seniority profit that this government was going to get of $141 million just for printing 25 billion Liberian dollars. Now they want 25 million to print that money. Who got the balls to give them that money? Who got the insanity to give these rogues that money? How will Liberian people progress and advance? Everything these people touch have been stolen. And that's why when I get on my lesson, 2 and 3 of my topics are combined. Because there's just too much stealing in our country. There's just too much stealing. Now look at this case in Nimba County. Edith Gongro West case. Listen to all the improprieties that happen. They don't want to say that cheating. Okay, so that's why I told them. I said, we're not going to call it cheating. That's no cheating. That's just discrepancies that need to be stopped. And because the discrepancy is so bad, let's go for re-election. Because let me tell you something, my people. That's why when you have a leader like Tony Commander, Galpohkpa Chesson, and under our new leadership, we have people to catch our rogues, to return our money, and to put them in jail. The first 5 years after this criminal George Weah would be to get our money back, to clean up Liberia, shut down things, rebuild our markets, set up decent marketplaces for our market women, because that's the biggest problem in Liberia right now. All the congestion comes from Liberian people without any organized system for small businesses. And I'm getting into that too. So here we are, up country there, the discrepancies in Monrovia. What do you think about up country? What do you think about up country? Where we have so chiefs and country giant and country devil and all these people ruling our country. What do you expect when the people don't even know their own Liberian culture? They're coming from the butchers with country devil to stop people from coming to town. All these useless things going in our country. People don't follow laws. We got ballot boxes. If the ballot box is not enough to go through our country, who's responsible? Just we are government. Just we are government. You know we have an election. NEC has to make sure that ballot boxes are in every county. The government is supposed to ensure that security at all these places. The government has to make sure that every logistics needed for this to facilitate the smoothness of this election. If the government dropped the ball, who else will pick up the ball? So you're complaining that in certain areas in Lo-Fi, in the northern part, there were no boxes. There were no envelope to seal all the voting results in. They had no envelope. People were putting it in open boxes. I'm Commander Chesson. I ain't going to do no investigation. Why would the NEC waste their time doing investigation? Finding out who's guilty and who's not guilty. You know the leadership of our country is corrupt. You know there would be discrepancies like that. In certain parts of the country, there's a guarantee to it. Our country is poor. Our people, the whole system is corrupt. Our country does not have the money because our leaders have stolen everything in our country. We don't have no money to buy things. Why would you waste of time having a trial this long in Liberia when it is proven by the witnesses that work for the NEC and the government that certain things that were required to have a smooth and fair, free election were not met? Why are you wasting time trying to find out who's guilty and who's not guilty? I ain't got time for that no more. The major elections in Liberia have already happened. The major election did not find any major discrepancy. So all those ballot boxes that were used in those elections are accounted for. So take those election boxes, take all the things they need to that district in Nima County. They'll have a rerun. What's the use of having a trial? Who will you convict? We can't cast blame anywhere. If the blame has to be cast, it must be cast on the government and the National Election Commission for not being professional, efficient, proficient in their implementation of the December 8, 2020 senatorial by-election. They were incompetent. So who you going to blame? Your own people in the area assigned to the area have testified that there were inconsistencies. There were discrepancies. Why waste time trying to prove what? Trying to prove what? Who gives a damn if the government party's candidate is afraid of re-election or not? That's not my responsibility. He can go jump in the water for all I care. That's why it has nothing to do with casting blame. It has nothing to do with somebody cheating. It has nothing to do with fraud or anything. Nobody committed fraud. Nobody did anything wrong. Nobody said anything wrong. But there were discrepancies that did not meet the standards set by the NEC. And there are discrepancies in any process of the rules set by the NEC for this election. We've got to have a real one. So that's why you see Attorney Commander Chesson as a Liberian lawyer. I ain't going to waste my time as a judge with foolishness. I'll get 2 or 3 people from the election commission telling me that there were discrepancies. That case is ending right there. There's no liability anywhere. We're going for a rerun. Something went wrong. We're not casting blame. But now that we have the adequate ballot boxes and sealed papers available to conduct a rerun election in that little precincts in Nima County and exact more attention from the NEC to that election, to those elections in those precincts, then we'll go there and we have a re-election. We send all the right teams there from the NEC. We send all the boxes there from the NECs that require boxes. We ensure that every law of the NEC is imposed in Nimba County. So Ide, Gongolo, where can have a fair, free, and equal shot against those men in Nima County. Okay? So this is our destiny. We can't fool around with it. We can't take our laws and expose them to such foolishness. You know our country is totally corrupt. Is something not fair? I ain't wasting time with our criminal people. Our government is criminal. You think I got time to waste with criminals? I ain't got time. Once that election commission officials certify that there were the discrepancies, irregularities, that whole process got to be done again. Liberian people got too much lawyers, too much useless people, and the court got to be wiser than all these people. Got to know when you can know the prayers have rendered it, the things you can change and the things you cannot change, and to pray that God will give you the wisdom to know the difference. But things like this, it can be changed. And we can't waste our time in the courts and our electoral periods on the court over such foolishness. If the election commission officials themselves testify that there were inconsistencies in the damn case, and let go straight to re-election, a rerun. So that's my take on this rerun. Henry Costa case. I told you Henry Costa is smarter than the people. They got to make up all kind of charges. Those are make-up charges. When you do that, the people in the country lose more faith in your government. They lose more confidence in your government. They lose more confidence in you, George Weah. You are a criminal. And the more you keep tampering with the laws and the processes of legal election in our country, you become the black sheep and dummy. You already the dummy. Now you turn it into the black sheep. Watch yourself before you wreck yourself. Don't let Henry Costa be your downfall. You cannot stop this man. He's more intelligent than you. Y'all can hit him all kind of way. The man speaks better than you. He knows he speaks better than George Weah. He speaks better than Mataya McGill. He speaks better than Jefferson Koji. He speaks better than Sam Twer. He speaks better than everybody in that damn government, even the minister, Charles Gibson. So you leave Costa. Costa say, I'm going to leave him. I know you can help the criticism coming your way from Costa. I know he choking your left and right with what he's saying. Because no matter how you try to change the minds of the Liberian people, Costa, Henry Costa is not an enemy of Liberia and Liberian people. You may not like his presentation sometimes, but I find no criminality in that. The man is speaking his mind under the Constitution and law. So if you got charges against him, let it be legal. Let it be profound. Don't make up things, George Weah. We're gonna close indictment. The man is not an enemy to the country. He's not in possession of any national security documents. All he is exposing you of are the truth to what your actions would generate for or against Liberian people. So we listen to such people because we need guiding lights in our society. We need truth tellers in our society. America just got rid of Donald Trump, that habitual liar. And the same thing is going on in Liberia. Excuse me. We got to get rid of our habitual liars, our deceitful leaders, our Cuba old lady called Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. We got to get rid of these people and clean our society. Let me move on. So I told you how to resolve the issue of the rerun already. That was one of my questions. How do we resolve the issue of the rerun? Now let's move on to the pro-poor agenda. In 2018, George Weah government set aside 3 million United States dollars, or 300 million, whatever it was. It was an exorbitant amount for Liberian small businesses. This money was set aside and put in the banks to award these people loans on that money. But what happened to the money? What happened to the loans? What happened to all the things that were going on? First of all, this $300 million was supposed to serve the 15 counties. It didn't do it. It only served 4 counties. Now, all of this is based on a report from groups in Liberia that presented it to the government and legislature. But these were their findings. 1, this money that was distributed to the people didn't reach all the people. It was intended for 15 counties. Only 4 counties benefited from this small business loan. And Monrovia, Mansurado County generated the most, was awarded the most. So if we got $300 million set aside, and only 4 counties benefited from this for small business, what happened to our money? What happened to our money? Because if our Monrovia is crowded with Liberian people, and that money is intended for the 15 counties, Monrovia, yes, they may have a larger percentage of the money allocated for Monrovia because more people in Monrovia, but every county got a benefit. So you know there has to be a cap on how many people can benefit from that money in Mansurado County. You can't give all that money to Mansurado County because that money is supposed to build small businesses around Liberia to encourage people in Monrovia to leave Monrovia to go up to their counties and live and benefit from businesses in those areas that can benefit them. But if you give most of the money to the people in Mansurado County, how will our other counties ever be built? And not only that, though, that's just one thing, the unfair distribution of the funds. Now you know, if most of that money is in Mansurado County, that all these government officials and their families got some of that money. This is fleecing our country. We have no standard system to care for our people. We make laws, we set standards, and people just come in and do what they want to do. And set standards as they want to set it to benefit their families. This is the highest degree of nepotism in our country. And Ellen Johnson started all of this. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf started all of this. She must account for this kind of criminality in our country. How will only 4 counties benefit from money that is supposed to benefit the 15 counties? And people doing business in the 15 counties. You're not doing business in the counties. Why you want money for Monrovia? We got enough problems in Monrovia. Monrovia is not Liberia. We got to get the people out of Monrovia. And that money was supposed to be intended to spread over the nation fairly and equally according to population. That's why I said Monrovia get the most, the biggest part, but there has to be a cap on it because all the other counties got to benefit. So you must know how much you can give the people in Monrovia as compared to the people in the other 15 counties. And even there, if there's population in other counties like Nimba, like Basso, like Cape Mount, those counties that have a lot of people to the Maryland too, we got to decide what the caps would be for those counties too. So that every county Every person, every business in our nation benefit from that money. So when you have leaders who don't care about other people, don't care about our country, have no patriotic zeal for the Republic of Liberia, how will we develop? How will we change our country? We can't, because our leaders don't know the significance of serving Liberian people. They are nepotistic. They are corrupt. They are incompetent. They are inept. They cannot be trusted. They have failed. They must be removed. They must be removed or will die. So these are some of the things we pointed out now. Now some of the problems, other problems, besides the unequal distribution of this money. Here are some other problems. The money that the people are supposed to receive as loan, they're given to them in Liberian dollars. You got $300. Why would you give the money in loan to the Liberian people in Liberian dollars? That's another scam to steal again. You know Liberian dollars is not on par with the American dollars. So if you're setting aside $300 million and masses of the people are getting the money in Liberian dollar instead of US dollars, the two things you are creating, or three. You are stealing the money. You're giving it to family members. And third, the money you're giving the people, they got to convert it again to US dollars to buy meaningful things for their businesses. So right there, they got to pay the conversion fee from Liberian dollar to US. They're losing that money. They got to pay taxes. They're losing that money. So when they actually get the money back, it will be far less than what was intended for them to get in United States dollars. Their purchasing power is diminished. Their development powers are diminished. So how will you get the people Liberian dollar? What happened to the conversion from American dollar to Liberian dollar? What happened to that money? That is the exchange rate. Who getting that money? If only 4 counties benefited from that money, there was mass stealing. There was mass stealing. So you got to read between the lines. You know, the mayor gave US dollars. Then they're giving the Liberian people Liberian dollars. There's a corruption in there between the conversion amounts from US dollar to Liberian dollar. Who benefited from that money of the exchange rate? Okay, that's the first thing we're looking at. Secondly, most of the people applying for the job, for the loans, had no documents. No documents. And that was one of the requirements in the contract. This was a grant money they gave to us. And George, we are putting it in there for the small business. You convert the money to Liberian dollar, cheated the people. Then the people who applied for the loan submitted no documents, no track record. Then you get the people money. What do you think will happen? Now, many of the people not paying the money back. They have stopped paying the money back. They have stopped paying the money. They stopped paying the money. How can these people continue to do this to our country? And all this money went to our leaders and their families. Go check it out. I know my people. Corruption. How will you distribute $300 million only among 4 counties, when we have masses of people in the other counties that are doing business, that are striving to live and keep their business afloat? How you do that, George Weah? How you do that? Now we got to get all that money back. We got to confiscate people's houses. We got to put them under their houses. We got to get that money back. We cannot continue to lose money to these criminals. How long we'll go through this thing, my people? How long we'll let these rogues stay over our country as we suffer and complain about money? And we're letting them go for peace sake. We're letting them go for and leave them alone next time. Then you expect me to come back home? Who served my country loyally? Who tried to pay my share of the bill? You want me to come home? Why? Even in this great country, I pay my bills. I pay my bills. That's my name. You call my house right now. I've had my number for 30 years. My number hasn't changed in my house. You call all my numbers, all of them the same. I ain't moving nowhere. I'm a permanent American citizen. I don't float. I got a house. I pay taxes. I pay bills. Car notes. That way when people from Liberia ask me for money, I tell them, look, I don't have money. They think, yeah, oh, you got money. Yes, even if I have money, living in America is different from living in Liberia. You people don't pay taxes. You don't pay for nothing to the government. Everything free. The government corrupt. The country corrupt. Nobody cares about the country. But in this country, the people care about their country. Every penny you get, the people want their share. Every penny you get, they want their share. And to be a law-abiding citizen, you got to comply, whether you like it or not. And if you can't pay the money, call the people, make arrangement. Tell the people something why you can't pay. Don't ignore the people. Don't be like Liberia, say cash, trust and don't pay. Your reputation is ruined in this country. Your credit is ruined. You can't get no good money in this country. And when you come from Liberia, ingrained with corruption, ingrained with stealing, with tricking people, with doing these negative things, how will you exist in America? You can't. You become the burden of the American society. You join people that Donald Trump them, who pissed off because they wasted their life and can't get no job. So all they do is go hunt and shoot at things and get the fun out of it. Then they get pissed off when they see other people driving big cars and getting money and stuff. And they say, oh, how do I make any money? They forget they never went to school. They wanted to work in the factory. They didn't believe in school. So what are you getting mad for when you see the black people who believe in school rising? What are you getting back for when you see the Hispanic people who believe in school rising? What are you getting mad for when you see the other people from minorities community rising? Don't get mad. Don't get mad. Don't try to kill the people. Why are you trying to kill us? We're not trying to kill you. We're just trying to survive. And the same thing happening in Liberia. We're not trying to kill our government. We are telling George Weah, you're not competent. You can't handle this thing. Step aside. Don't force it, or it will hurt you. Don't force it, or you'll lose lives. Don't force it, or our country will go further into chaos and disruption. We just came out of one. But if things start changing, it's things going backward and getting worse. There will be another one. There will be another one. You're not king. We didn't fight war and kill 3,000 of our people to come and have a useless native king over us. No. George, you're a dummy. George Weah is a dummy and he got to go. He got to resign. He got to take his brother Twe, McGill, and Koji with him. Got to take those 4 people and old Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, because you don't take her, we'll jail her. You'll take her with Wherever you're going, you'll take her. Because the criminal, killing, lies, stealing, corruption of my Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, her children, and George Weah had to cease and desist. Now let's go to the next point. You see how the corruption so pointed? Our labor minister, Charles Gibson, this is the other disgruntled fool. He joined with the immigration. They're trying to change our procurement, international procurement and everything into digitalized processes. So they need a company with experience to help them do this thing. In the memorandum of understanding that they made with the international government or wherever that they're getting this money from to work on this project, they put in it that there will be a bidding process for the company that will take over this digitalized procuring process for Liberian residents and for the work permit data and all of that. They need 3 years experience. And that's the basic thing of it, 3 years experience. And there are a lot of Liberian agencies and companies in Liberia that have bidded for this thing. But as usual, there was no bidding process. The Minister of Labor, who is a surrogate of Natalia McGill, the same Natalia McGill name again, that Natalia McGill Peking. So instead of opening the bidding processes for Liberia and Liberian people, the Labor Minister joined with the Immigration Bureau to make a one-sided contract where Liberians have been left out, totally left out. They want a 3-year company with experience. Maybe there are no Liberian companies without experience. But you cannot take the company and give it to your Arab friends in Dubai who are just as inexperienced as the Liberian companies. So if the Liberian company is not good enough or not experienced enough to take the contract, why would you not open the bidding process but take the contract and award it to Contact Global, a company in Dubai with no 3 years experience, no record or international digitalization of any processes for any country or any individual? Then you deny Liberian people the right to that contract who want to bid to own it and secretly give the company to Arabs. You know there gotta be kickbacks. You know these people are rogues. Natalia McGill is behind every stealing and corrupt practice going on in Liberia. The man got his own his own road production, his own road construction company. He got his own digital company now in Dubai. All of these people just stealing our money. And we keep recycling the same rules. This Gibson man, all of them gotta go. We gotta flog these people. They gotta bring back our money. These people are criminals. They are rogues. They are deceitful snakes and useless bastards that gotta go to jail. They gotta go to jail. Our country will not survive with these people. Now let's move on. Okay. This company, they ain't got a 3 years of experience. No experience. No experience at all. No experience. Let me see what else I got here before I leave. Because I usually try to do everything together, man, because our corruption and things so much. But I think that all I have on this Liberian situation. But it's just so disheartening. You know? Now, They're shutting everybody up in our country. They're shutting up Costa. And this is the big money problem. This is the big money problem we're suffering. This is the big money problem we're suffering. Massive stealing. Is this our lot? Is this what God made for us? Is this our part of development, democratic development? Is this how far we go? Because I see us going nowhere with all this stealing, with all this corruption, with all these lies, with all this deceitfulness, with all this immaturity of George Weah running behind Jackie Appiah and all the people all over the world want to sleep with every woman he can see, got children everywhere he's not supporting. Who is our president? Our president is a savage. Our president is a monkey. Our president is a dummy. Liberian children, I can't describe this man anymore. Because if I try describing him, I will twist my mouth and bend my neck, or my throat will start swallowing water. But I'm just telling you. The time of the Liberian people too is now. There's too much feces in our country. There's no way you can smell it. There's no way it can be on your clothes. There's no way it can be in your hair. The stench is so much in our country. It emanates from Ellen Johnson's yard. It emanates from George Weah's house. It emanates from Twer, Koji, and Nathaniel McGill's houses. These people are the evil, the dirt, the nastiness, the frustration in our country today. If we don't drain our swamp, we'll be drowned in it. My lesson is done. You've been taught. Get wise. Rise up. Change Liberia.